we're going from, hear the first word, the first time you hear the word cure. Obviously it sounds like you're changing your diet quite a bit.
Mhm.
The recovery has probably been brutal to some degree. Are you back into exercise?
Yes. Oh, that's great. So, after the hysterectomy, they don't let you do anything, which I probably did not listen, because I know that I was doing like planks and stuff with my friends. I was not going, I went to the gym after the hysterectomy, but once I started chemo, I did not go to the gym anymore because I was worried about infection. So, but I was working out, I was running on my treadmill. And once the hysterectomy healed and I started chemo, I thought, well, if I'm strong enough for chemo, then I'm probably strong enough to work out. So every time I would have, well, I worked out anyway, but I did a lot of yoga. And whenever I would have a chemo treatment, I would come home and run on the treadmill and
Mm,
work out. And I thought it was like my reward for having endured. Sometimes, like I said, it was an 8 hours of laying flat on my back, um, because you couldn't move while it was doing the peritoneal port thing. So I'm like, I'm moving, I'm running, I'm doing what I have to do. My ex-husband, he is a saint, not an awesome husband, but
mm.
is a very perfect ex-husband. One of my, still one of my very best friends. Anytime I had a treatment, he would take the kids so that I didn't have to worry who's picking them up from daycare, who's picking them up from school. He would keep them overnight that night in case I had any issues. My two girlfriends lived with me. They stayed at the house. So whenever I was home, the day after chemo was never bad, but day 2, 3, and 4 were a nightmare.
Mm.
And they would, take the kids to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever so that I could get some extra sleep. And whenever I wasn't recovering from the administration of the chemo, I was working out. I was walking, I was running. I didn't do any weights. I was very concerned about, dexterity, but I would do a lot of yoga, a lot of body weight stuff. And I just thought I need to be healthy for when this is over. I refuse to let the cancer define me. And I would never use the term athlete to describe myself, but I was active before. And so I insisted on continuing that.
And do you feel like that was like moving forward, that was kind of like your rock, like I need to continue exercising and getting stronger?
I need to make sure I'm strong and I need to let my kids see that these are just appointments. They
Yeah.
never knew, other than when I couldn't get out of bed sometimes, they never knew when I had a treatment or when I didn't.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, in the midst of all this, you still have to be a mother and
Yeah.
be there
There's
for
still
them and bring them to school and everything.
So I was volunteering in my son's cafeteria and bald, and I refused to wear a wig. I would not. And I remember when they told me I was going to lose my hair, 95% lose their hair. Of course, I'm going to be the 5% that didn't, but that didn't happen. And so I had read that it helps to cut your hair short and then shave it yourself so it's not like clumps coming out. And I kept thinking, I'm not losing it, I'm not losing it. But I'd brush my hair and there'd be more in the sink than, and I'd
Mm.
be like, so I took the kids with me to get my hair cut. And then I took the kids with me to get it like, Halle Berry 007 short haircut, little pixie thing. By the time I went in to get it shaved, they literally went into Supercuts with me and they're like, can we go next door to Dollar General? This is the third time we've been here in 2 weeks. We know you're losing it. Can we just go? And I'm like, yeah, go.
Yeah.
So my friends would take them, and then I just wore a hat or nothing. I just was like, I'm not wearing a wig because that's creepy. To me, it was creepy. Like to look, I knew I didn't have hair, but then sometimes I'd walk by a mirror and I did. And I did not want my kids to be, I tried to use it as a learning experience to them. Like, you don't know what other people are going through. And I'm not putting a wig on to pretend that we're not going through this. We're
Mm.
dealing with it head on.
Yeah.
And this is who mommy is. And if you're embarrassed of mommy, then that's going to be your problem. But they never were.
Mm.
They just were very good about it.